gamers, Melkor6925 here, bringing you another Clash Royale video. Today's video is going to be another card and arena card breakdown. Today we're going to be looking at Arena 6 Builders Workshop. The cards that we're going to be looking at today are the Mortar, the Elixir Collector, and the Golem. Now, Builders Workshop starts at 1700 cups and goes all the way up to 2000, at which point you hit the Royal Arena. That's where I currently like to spend most of my time, I must admit, and I do enjoy it quite a bit. So guys, Builders Workshop, there's only 3 cards you can unlock at this level. 1 common, 1 epic, and 1 rare. So guys, firstly we have the Mortar. Another card very similar to the Expo and is much hated. The common costs 4 elixir, the Mortar, and does area damage at 24 damage per second. What it does, you place the Mortar on the ground, and it can shoot up to 12. So if there's no opponents or no troops on your opponent's side of the field, that Mortar will lock onto their tower and will start bombarding it with cannons or with mortars, doing a large amount of damage every couple of seconds. It is an absolute pain in the ass, this card, but is easily countered. If you get one of these down on your side of the field, just make sure you protect it with something, otherwise it's going to go down quite quickly. A good counter to this is the minion horde, barbarians, goblins themselves, spear goblins, archers, things like that. Anything that do a large amount of damage in a very short space of time is the enemy of the Mortar. But that's it guys, you get this Mortar down, you are going to be hated, so just be wary about that, okay? Next up is one of the most popular cards, is the Elixir Collector. The Elixir Collector costs 5 elixir, and what you do is a building you place down on your own side of the field. It has a lifespan of 1 minute and 10 seconds. Basically, what it does, every 10 seconds, it will give you an additional elixir. So, over the course of the 1 minute and 10 seconds, you will gain 7 elixir back for the initial 5 elixir cost. So, it's a time exchange. If you use the elixir for 5, if it lasts the full 1 minute and 10 seconds, you're going to get 7 elixir back in its place, giving you a 2 elixir advantage over your opponent. Problem is, a lot of times what you'll find is that people will try and firebomb this, etc., and try and hit not only the Elixir Collector but your towers at the same time. But the thing is with that, they're going to have to use 4 elixir for that bit of damage into the damage to that collector. So you are still ahead on the elixir chase because of that. The only problem is it does slow down how you play. Now you'll find that people use the Elixir Collector if they are using some heavy cards with larger elixir costs, such as the Golem. Now just remember as well, you can use the Elixir Collector on defense as a distraction as well. So just remember, sometimes if you need a building up front to distract 800 hit points, the Elixir Collector isn't always a bad option. Next up is the Golem. Now this guy is a beast. At level 1 he has 3000 hit points, and when he dies he spawns 2 Golemites as well, and those guys are little deadly buggers at the same time. Now the Golem will go straight for defensive buildings or towers and will completely ignore troops, just as the Giant will. The only difference is that this guy has far more health and will deal some decent damage at the same time as well. Problem is, this guy costs 8 elixir. As you can see, this is why a lot of people do use the Golem, but when they do, they combine it with the Elixir Collector. Now, I must admit, I have the Golem in one of my decks. Fantastic troop, as long as you can get some troops behind. So if you can get a Musketeer, a Wizard, Spear Goblins, Archers, etc. behind the Golem to actually physically protect the Golem, these guys do the bulk of the damage while he just soaks it up. As soon as this guy gets to the tower with some troops behind it, that tower is going to go down in quick order. The big downside to this is that the Golem is very, very slow. Can be countered quite easily with air troops. So we can say a minion horde is fantastic at taking this down. So are barbarians and things like that as well. Very good elixir exchange. But like I said, if you can get this guy on the field and get him down the opposite end of the field with some troops behind, they are going to do some serious damage. I like to use the Golem with using some minions behind it, some goblins behind, or the barbarians followed up with a couple of spear goblins. The amount of damage these can do is unbelievable. But like I said, guys, the big wing is slow, and this can be countered with air troops. So just be wary of that, okay? So guys, that's it from me. If you like what you see, comment below, let me know. If you've not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you gamers next time. Take care.